this video, we will show you how to remove and replace propellers on the IF1200. The IF1200 is a Hexa-X design with 3 clockwise and 3 counterclockwise motors. The clockwise motors are all mounted facing down and are attached to the number 1, number 3, and number 6 arms, and can be identified by the marking on the motor. The counterclockwise motors are all mounted facing up and are attached to the number 2, number 4, and number 5 arms, indicated by this marking. The tools needed for replacing propellers are a torque screwdriver set to 1.2 Newton meters of force, a 2.5 millimeter hex bit, and Loctite 242 or 243. Replacement propellers come in a set of 2, one clockwise and one counterclockwise, and include 8 2.5 millimeter screws. A propeller consists of 2 blades attached to the central hub. We will be installing Rev B series IF1200 propellers. You can tell the difference between the 2 versions by the central hub. It is important to never use any Rev A series 6mm propeller screws with Rev B propellers. Rev A screws are 6mm in length. The Rev B series screws are 8mm in length. However, it is perfectly okay to use both versions of propellers on one aircraft. Just do not use Rev A screws with Rev B propellers. To remove a propeller, start by removing the 4 2.5mm screws on the central collar in a crisscross diagonal pattern and set them aside. Do not remove the 2 screws holding the props to the central hub. Then remove the central collar and place it to the side, as it will be reused and needed shortly. To install a new propeller, place the central collar back onto the motor and position the corresponding propeller on the motor. Ensure you have the correct propeller for the motor type. An easy way to determine if you have the right propeller on the motor is that the tips of the propeller will all be facing down. Now place a small dab of Loctite to the tip of each new screw and carefully insert them back into place. Slowly tighten in a crisscross diagonal pattern to 1.2 Newton meters of force on each screw. The propeller is now installed. If you are replacing all of the propellers, we recommend doing all clockwise or counterclockwise directions first to avoid mixing up the propellers. To purchase replacement propellers, visit shop.inspiredflight.com.